So welcome. This is our open evening for SNN. Steve and I this evening are going to share a little around what the course is about and to give you some highlights of, if you did join us this year, what you would receive for yourself, and also some of our past students, what they've experienced from us. We've been running the course for 15 years and I have a 22-year experience as a naturopath. Steve is my husband and he's a co-founder of SNN and has also up to 20 years experience. So we're here together this evening to show you what our college is about, and we welcome you to join us this year. Our course starts on the 23rd of September this year. So it's over to you, Steve.
Awesome, thanks, Em. So I'm just going to share my screen so we can go into the slideshow. Okay, so welcome everybody to Unlock Your Potential with our Naturopathic Nutrition Diploma Course. So the agenda tonight will be to welcome and speaker introduction, hear from our graduates, course highlights and offerings, the investment and its value, benefits and future prospects after you've completed the diploma course, special offers and conclusion, and then question and answer networking at the end. So the speaker introduction then, so this is myself, Stephen Roger Phillips, or Steve Roger Phillips, and Emma Jones Phillips. And we've got a combined 30 years experience in naturopathic nutrition. We are passionate about guiding individuals to reach their full potential. So as Emma just alluded to, she's got over 20 years experience in naturopathic nutrition. I personally have over 10 years direct experience in naturopathic nutrition, but I've also got a lot more experience in the health industry from before that as well. I was a Welsh international rugby player under 18s level, went on to university level, then semi-professional for many years, and then got into natural health, well-being, meditation, yoga, tai chi, the healing arts. And I co-owned a clinic in London, in Kensington in London. I was very successful working with very high profile clients, and yeah, that was like a detox experience, so people could do 30 days, etc. And yeah, so I just always had a keen interest in health and well-being, and of course when I found naturopathic nutrition, helped myself and my family, then I was so inspired by it that I wanted to get into business and with Emma and help many more people, because obviously you can help people on a one-to-one basis, but if you're training people in naturopathic nutrition, then of course they can help many more people than what we could on our own, and we've already experienced that, and I'll share some of the testimonies from our clients in some future slides now. So this is Hannah, so she's from Kent, and this is what she had to say about the course. This course is life-changing. Emma introduced me into a whole new way of living, and mine and my family's life have changed for the better. And on top of that, the life of hundreds of my now clients. I feel more aligned and trusting of my body's natural ability to heal, and how nature helps me to do that every day. Highly recommend studying this course. So what I want to highlight out of Hannah's testimony is that the hundreds of her now clients that she's helped, just like I was saying just now, like we can help so many people. You know, we've only got so many hours in the day, myself and Emma, but of course if we're training other people to do this as well, then they can help many more, hundreds, thousands, and many more people. So yeah, that's very inspiring to us. Hannah works with us, she volunteers with us now, and we love working with her. She was on a retreat with us just recently, helping out. And yeah, that's what tends to happen with people when they've qualified. They get their own businesses, but also then they come back every now and again, either to tutor or to help out, because of course they've been through the process, they know what it's like, and then they can be there to hold the hand for students to come in through, that are coming through after them, you know. This is Stacy Lewis, and she says, I can't recommend this school highly enough. The courses aren't just hugely informative and ultimately transformational. but you also get to discover a whole world you didn't know existed, and with friends you make for life. Do yourself a favor and sign up now. I'm massively grateful that I did. My life is so much richer for it. Thanks to Emma and Steve. So, as you see, Stacy loved the course, and she's become an associate, close associate friend over the years. And after doing the course, she then went on to study yoga and a few other different healing techniques as well. Works with people on a one-to-one basis again. And this is one thing to highlight about the course as well, is it really helps people to tune into their purpose, their mission, what they want to achieve in life. And the reason being is that it helps to detox on a cellular level. And then, of course, when we are detoxing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, then that helps us to get into alignment with our true purpose, our mission. And of course, as we give, we receive. So it's such a beautiful thing to be able to do, to guide clients on their journey for us, but also then for our clients to guide other people on their journey to better health and well-being. And this is Rebecca Williams. She's an osteopath from Wales. And she says, love this course. Emma is so knowledgeable, spending time with fabulous people, eating delicious food, learning about better health and well-being. What could be better than that? I've learned so much from this course and gained friends for life. Thank you so much. So Rebecca is, again, close associate and friend after training with us over the years. And like we cross-refer and stuff after the course as well. So when people have trained with us for 2 or 3 years, even more so with the students that have trained for the 3 years, because we know that they've got the advanced diploma in naturopathic nutrition, then we tend to cross-refer. And if Emma's got too much on her plate, for example, if she's got too many clients to service, then she will farm those clients out then to some of our students that have qualified with us. So it works really well. And of course, we've got employment within the school as well, where we take on tutors and sometimes volunteers as well. Before they become paid tutors, sometimes they're volunteers also. So yeah, so Rebecca works with clients on a one-to-one basis. She's an osteopath anyway, so she's using Naturopathic Nutrition as another arm to her business. There's many people which join our course which do it for that reason. They're healers, naturopaths, therapists, become naturopaths. And yeah, so it's important to note at this point that people can do the course for many different reasons. You can do it for your personal self and your family and friends. And so then you don't need to have the qualification. And that can be for 1, 2, or 3 years also. Then you can do it to gain a qualification. After the first year, you gain the Nutritional Advisor Certificate. Second year is Diploma in Naturopathic Nutrition. So you're a naturopathic nutritionist or practitioner. And then on the third year, it's the Advanced Diploma in Naturopathic Nutrition. So, and that's certificated by us. So course highlights and content. Delve into unique modules and the experience that awaits you. So I'm just going to highlight some of the things that we cover over the first, second, and third year. So it builds upon itself, this course does. So hence why we're able to do it for people that are doing it just for their own personal health and well-being or their friends and family. Because the first year is for your own personal development and to really embody these naturopathic principles yourself. Because we believe in the School of Naturopathic Nutrition that if you haven't embodied these teachings yourself, then how on earth are we supposed to share these with others? Because there's a very big difference between book knowledge and practical experiential knowledge. So we are the latter, and obviously there's some book knowledge we need to cover, but we are more about experiential knowledge. And then, of course, we can observe how clients, students are developing over the years. So it's a continual assessment, really. Even though there's an exam at the end of the first and second year, it's a continual assessment ultimately, where we are looking continuously to see how students are developing, not only from their studies, but also personally as well, from their health and their well-being, and mental, emotional health and well-being. Yeah, it's fascinating how this course works like that. So the first year then, so we cover the philosophy of naturopathic nutrition, detox and mindful eating, foods from stressors to vitality. So foods that cause stress and foods that cause vitality. Obviously, we want the latter. Chinese medicine, face and tongue analysis I've put on here, but there's many more facets to that. There's the seasonal eating, according to Chinese traditional medicine, and then of course different elements that it consists of. There's so much in Chinese traditional medicine, and really that's the foundation of our philosophy. But there's so many other facets to it, as you'll see now through these course contents. Naturopathic tools or naturopathic techniques like hydrotherapy, seasonal rhythms, and more. Essential fatty acids, the good ones and the bad ones. Obviously, we want to eradicate the bad ones and increase the good ones, and they're essential for a reason. Nutritional supplements. It's a vast topic which we continually go through over the years. Spiritual growth via naturopathy, a particular favorite of mine, having lived as a celibate monk for a couple of years. That's my particular interest. Disease and recovery case studies. So as we come into the end of the first year, we start to look at case studies for particular disease processes and how to recover from them. And then on the last one is the health program development. So we do a health program development for yourself, and then looking then for the second year to develop to help other people. So as you can see, the first year is learning so much about naturopathic principles and its foundations. And then in the second year, it's more about, after we've embodied them in the first year, then going out into practice and helping other people on their journey. Just going to take a drink for a second. So the second year modules covered. Health prescriptions. So as I said, in the second year, we go straight into the health prescriptions for different disease processes. And that then gives us a good foundation in order to do our case studies, which is 60 hours of case studies. Then holistic plant remedies. Nutritional recipes, particular favorite of people is the recipes course, because we go through making these delicious recipes, nutritious and delicious recipes that you can quite easily do in your kitchen. So what naturopathic approach is about it's not so much about giving things up, even though you do that. It's more about replacing it with something that's higher. So we're replacing some of our bad habits, some of our bad eating habits with things which are higher frequency, higher vibrational frequency, and they're much better for our health. So organically, our health and well-being starts to improve. And then because our energy increases, and we don't want those lower things anymore, because we realize how they make us feel. So for example, when people start doing the course or they become a client, they could be eating all sorts of things. And then 1 year down the line, 6 months down the line, even they can't even go near those things which they used to eat on maybe a daily or a weekly basis, because they notice really how bad they make them feel. So yeah, it's fascinating how people transform in that area. And because it's so organic, building upon itself, it's quite an easy process in order to implement it like that. So fasting benefits, of course, is documented over many thousands of years, the benefits of fasting. Tailored supplements, again, covering supplements, as I said, we cover over the 3 years. Male and female health, so hormones, etc., which is massive now, and helping women as well with their hormonal issues, and men, of course. Reproductive journey, infertility to weakening. So on the reproductive, it's massive at the moment. There's an epidemic almost of infertility. And we can help with a naturopathic approach to get key nutrients and supplements in place to help people on their journey. That's something we are particularly passionate about and specialize in. Eating for beauty, the skin and anti-aging. That's a big one for men and women these days, but particularly for women, I'd say, is anti-aging. And there's so many ways you can do that naturally and organically without going down the cosmetic route. So menopause and hormonal health, as I said, about helping with female hormones and menopause. It's a big thing these days, and to help on that in that process. So it's a process that nature takes us on, but it's just men and women, the andropause and the menopause. So it's easing us into those things that nature gives to us, but giving our body the tools, body and mind, the tools that it needs in order to help us on those journeys. Diet for spiritual enhancement. As I said, that's a particular interest of mine. Emotional wellness and flower remedies. It's so vast, that subject is, and there's so much we can learn about flower remedies, and it's very subtle sometimes and sometimes very profound what these gifts of nature can do for us and our clients, of course. So the third year then is the modules that we cover is continuous training and support, slightly different in the third year because we're already qualified as naturopathic nutritionists. We do some business sessions as well. So it's continuous training and support, mentorship and case study guidance. So one thing the third year is very good for is once you've qualified as a naturopathic nutritionist and you're out there in the real world working with clients, then you can still bring those case studies in and getting the experience of Emma and our experienced tutors to help then with, so your hand is held all the way through the process. Current CPD training, guest expert talks. We've got a lot of connections in the health and wellness industry, some real amazing experts that we bring in for the third year and beyond. Business and presentation skills and development. That's another thing that I specialize in, is speaking and presentation skills. And it's needed now more than ever. As you can see, the speaker training down there as well. It's needed now in business to be able to do things like this, to be able to even work online. Some people have got, fears of putting themselves out there, whether it's social media or even just on their marketing and advertising. And, we do need that in this day and age. And this is our new kind of marketplace, is online. And there's positives and negatives to that, obviously, but some of the positives are that we can be wherever we want to be in the world and working with people on a one-to-one basis. So the costs for us is zero sometimes if we're working from home in our home environment. And then anyway, there's so many positives and negatives around that. But ultimately, helping people to gain confidence in their presentation skills. Reflective and specialized training. So looking over seasonal prescriptions, action coaching and constellation therapy. So just going back to the seasonal prescription, so obviously different seasons hold different energies, vibrations. So when we're going into the different seasons, there's different things to focus on. And there's difference, as a naturopath, you can notice there's different themes which come up for the different seasons. It's absolutely fascinating. And then of course that helps because when you've got clients presenting with certain things, you can recognize then what's just coming up organically because it's a seasonal thing as well. Action coaching and constellation therapy. So this is some of Emma's specialty. Constellation therapy, if you haven't heard of it, is phenomenal. It's very healing. Like I said, this is a personal development course as well as professional development. So constellation therapy helps us to get rid of some of the stuff that we've built up over the years. And the action coaching really helps as well. So Emma's a specialist in that. There's Ayurvedic medicine, dowsing, and spiritual reset therapy. I got a particular affinity with Ayurvedic medicine because I lived in the temple it was a Bhakti yoga tradition. So I've got a particular affinity with Ayurvedic medicine, which I can bring to the course. Dowsing and spiritual reset therapy then is some of Emma's specialty. First aid and herbal medicine. So you've got your first aid cabinet, which is quite different to the modern first aid cabinet. And you can go for the natural things, and we use it for our family, obviously, ourselves. And it's amazing to have those things to hand if you've got things which are going on in an emergency. Then we can use these. Obviously, if things are really deep emergencies, then sometimes maybe we do have to use some of the other services. But we generally just use these things unless it's an absolute vital emergency for us, that's for sure. And it's been working for us for many years. So seasonal yoga sessions as well. So as you can see, it's very comprehensive. There's so many things we cover. I just wanted to give it like a little highlight, a little synopsis, and thanks for bearing with me through that. So the investment. So it's an investment in your future. So the course fee per year is £2,350. However, you can get a discount of 5% if you pay it up front for the first year, making it 2,233 per year, or for the first year. On second year, continuously, it's the same thing. So if you paid up front for the second year, it'd be the same thing. And we honor the prices going forward as well that you have from the first year. 10% discount if you pay for 2 years up front, so making it 4,239. 15% discount if you pay for 3 years up front, to making it 5,993. So for the 3 years up front, you're almost saving £1,000. It comes to, I think, just over 7,000 for 2,350 times 3, and yeah, you're saving almost £1,000 of that. So it's well worth it. If you're in it for the long haul, then it's well worth paying for it up front if you're able to. And of course, we have got payment plans and stuff which are available. You can speak to us about that too if you're in a different circumstance. Early bird discount. So for this webinar, you've got the option of having a free one-to-one naturopathic consultation with founder you met at the beginning and head tutor Emma Jones-Phillips if you sign up in the next 24 hours. So if you sign up for this course in the next 24 hours, you get a free one-to-one with Emma as well as the discounts that we highlighted above. And it's very valuable. Like I say, Emma's been in the field for over 20 years. She has started the first naturopathic nutrition school in Ireland, the first ever one in Ireland, and the first ever one in Wales. So she's got many, many years of experience, and yeah, you can gain a one-to-one session so you can help with some of your personal things even before you start the course. And it'll be a really, really good foundation before you start the course in September. I believe it's September, anyway, 23rd, I believe the course starts. But it's end of September, and you'll have a really, really good foundation then for yourself going into the course, having touch base with Emma. So yeah, that's the offer we're giving tonight. So benefits of training with the school is we've got over 30 years of combined naturopathy experience, community of like-minded souls, and that's massive. Actually, I didn't highlight from the testimonies, I don't think, but you gain friends for life on this naturopathic course. And there's so many of our students which, through the network that we've provided really for the course, then we connect people on different social media platforms, or WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups usually now, and then they continue to communicate with each other throughout the years and develop really deep connections. And unfortunately, sometimes in our day-to-day life, we're not around people which are in alignment or in total alignment with our beliefs and our values and our philosophies. However, one of the beauties of naturopathic nutrition course is that at least once a month, and then in between sessions, we can connect with our community of people of like mind, which are on a par with us and understand what we're going through and the challenges that we're faced with, and of course all the benefits as well. So you get to share all of the benefits that people are experiencing, fellow students are experiencing throughout the course. Access to experienced mentors and tutors. So as I said, all of our tutors and mentors are trained with the School of Naturopathic Nutrition. So they know the process, they've been through the process themselves, they've got a really, really strong foundation in naturopathic nutrition, and then they can bring that to you, and yeah, you can draw on that experience. So some other benefits is we are accredited by accredited Diploma in Naturopathic Nutrition from the Society of Naturopaths. So it's important to note here that there are other naturopathic nutrition schools, of course, but the Society of Naturopaths works solely with naturopaths. As it says in its title, it's a Society of Naturopaths, whereas there are other societies out there which are for nutritionists, or they're different bodies, which we feel that the Society of Naturopaths really aligns with our values. And they're meant, like I say, there are other schools out there, but people tend to come to us because of our holistic nature. And there are, just like in chiropractic, there are different kind of philosophies and branches which go off in chiropractic as well. Similarly, in naturopathic nutrition, you've got different kind of schools and different philosophies. And like I said, we pride ourselves on experiential knowledge rather than book knowledge. Of course, the book knowledge is there, but we're coming from a place of experience ultimately, which is very helpful because our clients pick up on that, and then we can really have deep empathy for our clients because we've been through the process ourselves. Lifetime access to the course materials, of course, that you study it when you study the Naturopathic Nutrition School. Opportunity to attend a Naturopathic Nutrition retreat. So this then is another amazing part of the course. If you're doing it for your personal, that's why I put opportunities, because if you're doing it for just for your personal self and your friends and family, then you don't have to, it's not a requisite to do the Naturopathic Nutrition retreat. However, if you're doing it for the qualification, it is a requisite to attend at least one of the Naturopathic Nutrition retreats over your 1, 2, or 3 years training. And the reason being is that when you go on a naturopathic retreat, from the Friday to the Sunday, or possibly the Monday, usually Friday evening to Sunday night or Monday morning, and they're relatively, very reasonably priced actually for what you get. All meals are included throughout the weekend, so you get to eat naturopathically all weekend. You get to be around a community of people of like mind, and we find that on those retreats that people really gain a lot of development, because you get, obviously you've got us there as well, and the other tutors, some other tutors supporting there, so you get to really have a deep dive and a lot of association with qualified and experienced naturopaths as well, which really helps to deepen your experience in naturopathic nutrition. And we've got a lot of testimonies from people over the years which have had really transformative experiences on the retreat. So like I said, that's a requisite if you want to qualify. And the reason being, yes, so you have that experience. And it's very different because you're just around naturopathic nutritionists and students, whereas we're not like that in our daily life, and we can really deep dive into it. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we do that. So these are some of the future self-employed opportunities that you can gain from that Naturopathic Nutrition Diploma. So this is some of our students. You've got Federico up the top there, which he started a fermented drinks company, and also Law, one of our other clients, started. So he started a kombucha fermented drinks company after learning about it on our course. We've also got someone called Law, which started a kefir business, which she's still running, very successful. And both of them found out about fermented drinks on the course, and then they run with it. So they just started their own fermented drinks company and have been very successful. And Fed has since sold his company, and Law's company is still running. So he's gone on a different path down, offering retreats, workshops, etc., one-to-ones, journeys, so many different other things. So cryotherapy is another thing that one of our clients started. She started the second cryotherapy centre in Wales, I believe it was, at the time. She's since sold that business as well and gone on to other things. But it just gives you an idea of the different types of things that you can get just from the network, really, of being on the course, but also learning about these things on the course. She learned about cryotherapy on the course because we're really passionate about it, and then she opened up that business. Pop-up cafes, that's something that one of our students has done previously. Actually, a few students have done this. And we used to do it as well in the early years, where we just hire a venue and then have an evening where we'd do a pop-up cafe of raw food, for example, and invite like maybe 20 to 30 guests to have that experience. And it's a really, really great business tool. And it's where you can build your network, and people love it as well. Naturopathic practitioner, that should be on the top, really, because obviously that's something that most people are coming for. But then it's interesting, some people are coming for that, but then they end up doing something else because they learn something else on the course. Of course, they've always got the foundation in naturopathic nutrition, but then they can use other different facets that they learn to specialize in their specialized field. Because Law, for example, now she goes around different places doing talks on fermented drinks, and then of course she sells her fermented drinks on the back end of that. Health retreats, like I said, Fred's gone on to that now, and there's big money in that as well. Like I say, our prices for the health retreats are really competitive, but there are some people who can do high-end retreats, for example. And now more than ever, I think people need, busy people coming out of the cities in order to have like a full-on relaxation naturopathic health retreat. Yeah, you can really specialize in them. Health workshops, that's something that you can do on many, many different subjects. Of course, you can specialize in different subjects too. Online courses, that's massive these days. And I'll just show a slide as well where the health industry is and going in the next few years too. So this course helps you to step into your purpose so you can live the life you've always dreamed of. I just wanted to highlight there's Rhian Heppel. She's very successful naturopath also, Rhian Heppel. And Emma in the middle, she works with us, and Ruth next to her. There's no picture of Ruth, but you've got Ruth Kenny Natural Therapies. So they both tutor with us on the course. Like I said, Rebecca helps out and Hannah helps out with us on the course. Stacy sometimes helps out, and Fred has helped in the past too. So there's other people to add to that list as well, actually. That's just a few select people. So the nutrition industry overview. So the nutrition market is estimated to be worth $305.8 billion, and that's in 2023. So this year, it's predicted to reach $347.5 billion by 2025. So in the next 2 years, it's expected to grow at a rate of 6.6% each year, and is expected to continue at that pace. So it's not going anywhere. That's why I got this slide here. In fact, it's growing, and it's growing fast. So this is somewhere where you can really help people to take responsibility for their health, for themselves, for their families. And, you can't put a price really on the satisfaction that you get when you see people developing throughout the work with you as a guide in naturopathic nutrition. It's really transformative, and it's hard to put it into words really until you've experienced and seen people come in through the journey. I often say it's like they start in black and white, and then they end up coming in full HD color by the end of the course. It's phenomenal actually to observe how people transform in a course, and it's just such a blessing really to be able to do what you love and earn money from it, because how many people get to say that they love what they do, they love their work, and they get to help people in the process. It's a real gift. So like I said, the exclusive offer for this webinar is if you sign up within the next 24 hours, you get a free session with Emma Jones-Phillips, my wife and partner in the School of Naturopathic Nutrition, or co-founder. And then Emma's the head tutor of the School of Naturopathic Nutrition, over 20 years experience, as I said. Okay, so the conclusion then is take the leap, transform your life and career with the Diploma in Naturopathic Nutrition. Thanks so much for listening, and now we'll just turn the recording off and go for some personal questions and have a little discussion. But thank you so much for listening to the webinar, and I'm just going to stop the recording.